Hey, it's the new year, new lessons. This is going to be fun. So we're starting off with some fretboard fluency for these Friday lessons, and this is obviously part one. So if you do like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and share it on all your social media with the hashtag Fretboard Friday. There you go. Nice. That was a bit cheesy, I know. Okay, so we're starting off with the major scales, all 7 shapes, all in one kind of linear movement. And the benefits of doing these is the coordination that you can gain from the left and the right hand. So we're going to alternate pick, which is down, up, down, up, down, up, all the way through all 7 shapes. Now, if you don't know the 7 shapes, that's not a problem because they'll pop up on screen as you go through. It's also available on my website, which is dansguitar.com, so you can download the full PDF of those 7 shapes. And I've also got a lesson on how to memorize those 7 shapes linked in that description below. So that is all I need to say, and I think we'll jump in with each one of those 7 shapes. If you can try and play along, that would be great. And yeah, this is it, part 1 of your Fretboard Friday. Nice one. So shape 1 is this. Nice and easy to start off with. So you've got, try and use the same fingers that I would use. So the rule is, general rule if you like, is if you've got a 2-tone spacing, so that covers from 8 to 10, use finger 1 and 2. And if you're going from 10 to 12, you're going to use fingers 2 and 4. I would avoid using fingers 1, 3 and 4 for that kind of spacing. When you're on a 4 fret spacing, use 9, 10 and 12, which would be finger 1, 2 and 4. And if you're using 9, 11 and 12, or in this scale's case we're going to the 2nd string, which would be to 10, it is 10, 10, 12 and 13, I'm using fingers 1, 3 and 4. So those are your sort of like 3 rules of what fingers to use. Now obviously, hopefully obviously, on the way up you use one set of fingers and you use the same finger pattern on the way down as well. It makes sense because it stops confusion as you go through, and it just makes your life easier to memorize the scale shape. So right, let's jump. That is number 1. Now these are all in the key of C, and they cover the whole 12 frets, so 7 shapes within that. Then the next shape goes like this. And you should notice that the last set of notes actually overlaps onto the first set of the next scale shape. So these are all C major, as I just said. So let's go to the fret numbers for that one. So we've got 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 14. Same again for the next string. Same again for the next string. Then it's 12, 13, 15, 12, 13, 15. And then that's exactly the same on the way back down. Okay, now the next shape, shape 3. Starting on the 12th fret this time. Nice one. So you've got 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15, same on the next string, then it's 12, 14, 16, 13, 15, 17, 13, 15, 17. Then we jump in. You can either jump down to the 1st fret or go on to that 13th fret, but I prefer to come down here because it works that stretch. And this one sounds like... Okay, so you've got 1, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, 3, 5, 6, and then 3, 5, 7. So remember your finger spacing. So 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. Okay, so that was shape number 4. Shape 5. Now Now that is one of my favourite ones because it works nicely with the pentatonic. And I just like the way it links in, but we'll go more on that and more fretboard fluency stuff as we go through. So with this one, you've got 3, 5, 7, same on the next two strings, then 4, 5, 7 on the third string, second string 5, 6, 8, and the first string 5, 7, 8. And remember your finger pattern as you go through. Good to get these stretches in. It really does work those fingers. So that obviously the one that starts on the F is quite hard, and then the further through it gets a little bit easier. Not much, but a little bit. Right, okay, so shape 6, which is also your natural minor. So we're in the key of A for this, A minor or C major. It's all relative. Hey. And it goes. So that one breaking down, you've got the 5, 7, 8, same on the next string, then it's 5, 7, 9, same on the next string, and then 6, 8, 10, and then 7, 8, 10. Okay, and that's quite a simple one to do. A bit spacey as you go through, which is nice, but it's a lovely one to use over that pentatonic shape as well, shape 1. So shape 5, shape 6 work really well over that pentatonic shape 1 in the natural minor of A. Right, so the last shape, which is now that one is one that I don't really use a lot actually, but I think I might start using more because it fits wonderfully over shape 2 of the pentatonic scales. But anyway, here it goes. We've got 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, and then 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12. So it's a nice easy one to learn that. Okay, so the best way to practice these really is going to be tackling each one as a separate thing. Now I'd stick a metronome on, so I will just give you an example of the way that I would practice them in just a second. So I'll give you two types. I'll do it at 120 beats per minute, 8th notes, and then 16th notes. 16th notes I'll probably mess up, but it's just one of those things. It's something which I need to practice more as well. But if you do them as a continuous thing, it really works the brain and gets you to remember each one of those shapes on that fretboard. In doing so, you end up with a fretboard fluency, which is hence where this is coming from, because you start to understand where the linking of them happens from one shape to the next, and that's when those faster runs can kind of come into play when you're soloing. So for this, it's just a scale practice. As you go through the practice over time, you will develop an understanding of how they link together, basically. And that's where your soloing can start to improve because of that understanding of the fretboard fluency. So this is the way I would play them, and if you can, play along with these as well. So I will give you an example of each shape in turn, and then try and play along if you can. Pause the video if you need to and then go back to it, but yeah. And please comment below of things you would like to see on fretboard fluency videos, and there will be Lick Fridays coming up as well. But for now, here we go. This is the way it's going to sound. Right, so this is 120 beats per minute, so set your metronome to that, and you're going to do 8th notes. Remember alternate pick. Shape 2. Shape 3. Shape 4. Shape 5. Shape 6. shape 7. Okay, so now I'm going to play them at 120 beats per minute, up the gain slightly. Here we go. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was your 7 shapes of the major scale. 3 notes per string, works at your coordination, left and right hand, get them working really well together. Obviously you heard on the 16th notes it wasn't as clean as I would have liked it to have been, but still managed to get through there fairly unscathed, which was quite nice. So that's something which I will be practicing anyway. But for you guys, I think if you're at that speed, concentrate on one shape at a time and continuously play that up and down as you go through, and try and work at the cleanliness even with distortion, because when you're using distortion it can actually accentuate mistakes and unwanted strings. So one thing I think would be good for you to do is actually bring in that gain and try and control the amount of noise which is being generated. So it's kind of contradictory in the sense of you're cleaning up the distortion, but you know, any of these players that are heavily distorted, you got so many sort of, I guess, sounds coming into the guitar or the amplifier. It's taming the beast. And if you can control that with your playing, your right hand going through, muting strings that you wouldn't necessarily think you need to mute, that distortion is going to accentuate that. So that's another side of it which would be good to practice. But for now, I'm going to bid you farewell. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I shall see you next time for part 2 of Fretboard Fluency. So Fretboard Friday, hashtag it, that would be great. Share this on all your social media for us as well, and come along and say hi to me and comment below. That would be great. Nice one. See you next week. Bye.